Hope you guys can hear us. Well, coming from my wife's car, because on the way taking my wife to get blood work, my car went, welcome, armed and all heart family. We appreciate you. Fist bump, high five. We freaking love you.
Yes, we do.
Now it's time for a segment I call Random Fitness Magazine Stuff. Okay, we have what's hot and what's not. What is hot is eating blueberries. Antioxidant found in blueberries may be nature's answer to cholesterol-lowering drugs. In a study conducted at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, researchers found that blueberries activates the cellular structure that helps lower cholesterol and may also imitate the action of a compound that lowers triglycerides. And what's not hot is fruit punch. Constantly downing a lot of fruit punch or soda. It's no secret that taking excessive calories and large amounts of quick absorbing sugars. And researchers found that it's a risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Now it's time for your fitness encouragement quote of the week. Slow progress is better than no progress. Stay positive and don't give up. So, no matter if your car dies, your wife's still going through bipolar episodes, and still getting to where she used to be, let's put in that work, make some progress, shall we? Without further ado, let's get into the action and friggin' get some! Now is the part of the show where I share something from the Bible, because I believe we should all be living our lives by a higher standard. But instead of that, today I am going to have fitness model Rachel Elizabeth Murray share her test that has now become her testimony.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Armed and All Heart. Brent here invited me on to share a little bit about how my faith actually saved me. And by my faith, I mean Jesus Christ, because faith in no one else is going to actually save you. It might be a Band-Aid, but there's always a wound deeper that needs to be healed. And only Jesus can do that, because he gave his life in exchange for ours, died as us, rose as us, gave us his life. And now it's his life that we live. He lives in us and through us. But how I got there was not by chasing religion, was not by seeking relationship with God. In fact, I really didn't want anything to do with him, because I was sexually abused in college, and what I turned to was fitness, not God. Fitness was what I said saved me for years, except that fitness never answered the deeper question of trauma, and it never healed those deep areas that were triggered at the mere mention of rape or anything even related. But there was one day in June of 2011 where I was working on my business that was at the time doing 6 figures as a fitness entrepreneur. A couple years out of college, I was crushing it by the world's standards, especially for someone that young. And yet all of my income dried up at the same time. And there I was, 2011, by myself in my apartment, 7th floor of this building in South Lake Union, Seattle. And I found myself blaming God for it because I was doing everything right, so I thought. So I listed off all these ways that I had done everything right according to the personal development books and the personal life coaches and the Tony Robbins of the world. And I was blaming God. And in the middle of this rant of all these things I had done right, the audible voice of God shook my room and said, "You didn't do that. You didn't do any of that. I'm sorry. You didn't do any of that. I did that." And honestly, from that moment on, my entire life has been changed. And now I know that it's not fitness that saved me. It's Jesus that saved me. I knew in that moment, I knew that was the God of the Bible. I knew it. You couldn't change my mind. And I started learning who he was for the next 6 months. I was reading my Bible like insatiably hungry for it. And I learned that he actually wasn't disappointed in me. He wasn't disgusted by me. All these things that I thought that he was towards me. And so that's what formed my opinion of him. But he was the opposite. He actually called me pure in the middle of my most broken state. He called me beautiful in my most broken state. And he loved me when I didn't even love me, when I didn't think anybody could actually love me, and I should just accept the love that I deserve. So there's so much more to the story, but the point is this. There's nothing wrong with fitness unless you make it your God, because it can't satisfy the desires of your heart. It'll only bury it, and you'll end up spending your life chasing this fitness goal at the expense of your soul. But I hope to encourage you with this. Taking care of your body can be an act of worship once you get your priorities in line. So I bless you. Grace and peace, y'all. Thanks, Brent.
Wow! Thanks for sharing, Rachel! Until next time, dream big, keep fighting, and freaking get some!